I was coaching a couple, and our very first coaching session, they came to me like, Dondre, we don't know if this is going to work, but we have no other choice and option but to utilize this. They did one thing. They actually wrote their budget down. One thing, wrote their budget down and uncovered $1,500 extra a month. $1,500 extra a month. I'll say that one more time. $1,500 extra a month. You know why? Because they increased their awareness to their spending. We want you to increase your awareness to your spending. That simple. Our job is not to tell you to do something with your money. It's to empower you to do what you want to do. So once you start to see like, dang, I am buying food like that. I'm just being real, right? Like, dang, do I really need to buy all that food? I got groceries in my house. Like, I'm always putting the vegetables in there, they're rotten, and I'm throwing them out and just buying more vegetables because it just looks good in my refrigerator. I just want to just have a full refrigerator. Like, we can be real about this. But in order to be real, because I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all can ask me anything. I'll be like, look, that's just how it is. But in order to start to do different, you have to know different. Right? That's the plan. So again, I'll tell them, nope. You don't have to say nope. You can say you can say no, say nada, like insert in there. But as long as you're doing it because you want to do it, I am no longer positioning myself to do something with my money that I didn't sign up for. People hate when I walk into the store. I'll be having friends and stuff, they're like, here you go again. I'm like, so why is it this high? Do I have to pay this much for it? I'm telling you, right? He can attest. For real. I am the negotiating king. Because I'm like, this is my money and I place value on it, right? So if I'm going to give it to someone, I'm going to ask you questions. It took me a while to invest my first $1,000. I had a mentor in college. I was like, man, this financial stuff I have to figure out. I want to be the last generation to start from scratch. He said this. He was teaching a social problems class. He talked about generational poverty. He was standing right here. He said, it was 100 people in the class. He said, one of y'all are going to listen to me. If you want to figure out how to get rid of generational poverty and see me after class, guess who was that one person? So I walked up to him scared and nervous, right? Because I didn't like to talk to people. And we in a class with 100 people. I'm like, so you said something about generational poverty? He said, come speak to me after during my office hours, right? So I go in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. What are you going to say? I don't want to talk about this money. This is what he did. He said at the age of 18, he started working for the college, right? He had money, and every time he made more money, because they would give him little bonuses, he would start to invest it. Someone told him to get a gas credit card, so he got the gas credit card. He said he knew at that point that was the only credit card that he wanted. He ended up working in the president's office, right? The president told him that he's going to do what he needs to do with his money. Long story short, he flipped his computer around and showed me all of his investments. He showed me his first credit card, the age of 18, never missed a payment. I said, that's who I'm going to listen to, right? So guess what he said next? He said, if you want to invest, you take your $1,000 and put it in an IRA. I said, what's that? He said, Google it. I'm like, this man is not giving me answers. But at the time, he was teaching me how to fish. So what I did was I Googled it and I learned more about IRAs. He said, before you invest your money, what are you going to ask him? I was like, I got to ask him something? I didn't know I had to ask him something. I thought I was just going to put it in here and bing, microwave, right? But he told me we're in the crock pot business. I said, what? What are you talking about? Right? So I had my list of questions and I grilled them. So how is this going to benefit me? And if they didn't make it make sense to me, I wasn't going to invest it. Because it has to make sense for you. That's why you picked a dope topic. I said, yeah. But here's the thing. He said, if you want to do it, because at first I came to him with so many excuses. I got kids. I can't afford it, blah, blah, blah. He said, you get a refund? I'm like, yeah, I get a refund. He said, do it. I was like, but I got debt. Right? Because again, we're like, pay off all your debt, then invest. Which I think is a great strategy. But how are you going to learn to invest if you don't invest? Life is about taking risk. And sometimes the best teacher is experience. So he said you're going to invest a little bit of money so you can have access to a system to learn more about investing. Don't worry about becoming a billionaire off investing, but you need to figure this out now. You failing by wasting your money, you might as well fail by trying to invest it. Right? So I said, I'm going to do it. This is great. I'm about to do it. I got my refund check. Guess what I did? Oh, I bought a PlayStation. I'm like, I'll do it next year. Right? Because again, my relationship to my money, I was lying to it. I'm going to invest you. Don't worry. I got you next year. Right? So I went to the office and I felt like garbage. He was like, so how is the investment going? I was like, dang, do I lie to him? Or do I tell him the truth? So I was like, I'll tell him the truth. I said, I didn't do it. He said, you're not serious about this. I felt horrible. So I was like, I am serious, but I want to play the game. Right? He said, do it next year. I was like, I'm going to do it next year. Long story short, I did. So I've learned so much about investing by investing. Because everyone's going to tell you everything. We're here to flood you with knowledge, but at some point you have to take control and make decisions. So that's what we want you to do. So next steps, this is the doing part. Remember your why. If you need to adjust it, if you need to post it, if you need to make it a shirt, do that. Your why is going to be important. If I ever see y'all in the city of Grand Rapids or in this nation, I'm going to be like, what's your why? And y'all should be able to be like, blah. Mine's be like to be the last generation to start from scratch. I want to make sure that I'll be known as an owner. Owner in what? Everything. I'm owning everything. Right? I'm owning my knowledge. I'm owning my control. I'm owning my business. Because if you don't have money, there are no excuses if you don't have money. People say all the time, well, I can't budget, I don't have it. Do you have expenses? Yes. We'll start with those expenses. Somebody's paying them. You have to increase your awareness and know where your money's going. Because you cost something. And what do you cost? My tagline for my business used to be count the cost. Because something or everything costs something. Another thing I want you to do is focus on commitment instead of consistency. Consistency sounds overbearing. So you're probably going to hear consistency today. Just shift that word to commitment. Commitment or consistency is commitment over time. For me, that's how I define it. So take it one step at a time. You're going to get some good information. Take those distractions out. Take all those problems out and engage today. Accountability is going to be important. As we're going through today, ask questions like, man, how am I going to figure out accountability? The number one New Year's resolution is what? Losing what? So everybody go to that gym membership and they get the jogging, right? They get the running. And then they look up like, dang, I didn't really do what I was supposed to do. Why is that? Because they're doing it on their own. They signed up for that gym membership, but they didn't sign up for a coach. They didn't sign up for a trainer. They didn't sign up for that motivation. Someone that's going to say, hey, wake up. This is your why. You wanted to lose this weight. This is your goal. Let's get it. Right? So accountability is important. Utilizing your support systems. WIMCAT is your support systems. Right? Huge support for you. You should be able to talk to them about money. The presenters here today, we are your support system. Reach out to us. We have our business cards. And then finally, increase your financial literacy so that you can make it make sense. Because if it's not making sense, you're not going to be making sense, which means you're not going to be able to make money, right? And we want you to be able to make money. You have any questions?
Can you go back one slide, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.